What is popping, fellow risk takers, future potentially? We have here a real banger today about why you should go for it, bro. And we have a gopher right here to really kick the point home. This is the mindset to make you take risks. Obviously, risks that don't like involve you gambling away your whole house or something. Risks like, oh my god, should I speak to this one girl in my AP African American Studies class? Yes. Oh my god, should I try this epic new workout? Yes. Should I take this alternate route today instead of the bus walk or something? Maybe I'll discover something new? Yes. Basically, any risk that's just gonna enrich your life, add to it, but you're scared to take for whatever. Maybe it's a conversation you're afraid to have. This video is gonna go over the mindset you need to take it and why it's more beneficial for you to just fucking go for it, bro. Like this gopher, do you think this gopher just stays in his hole all day? What would happen to the gopher if he just stayed in his fucking hole all day and he didn't come out, right? He wouldn't have any grass and then he would starve. That's not good. Even the gopher has to go for it. Sure, there are like some vultures in the sky or some shit that may just like snatch him up with some horrible sound, looking like they have like testicles on their head or whatever. You know, those birds. But the gopher still goes for it, and he gets the grass, and he lives happily ever after, and then he fucking burrows in for the night. Now, here's the whole crux of this video's argument. Here's the mindset. Think back to any risk that you've taken years ago. Maybe it's someone, like, I don't know, you asked for something, fucking asked a girl out, a conversation that you're afraid to have with your parents, you had that. Asked to join someone. Maybe you asked to join someone in just something they were doing and that person ended up becoming one of your greatest friends. Even if the risk didn't pay off, right? Think back to something where it's like kind of embarrassing, not like awful, obviously. But think back to anything where it's like it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. Holy shit, these fuckers are spamming my phone. Hold on, I need to put this shit on airplane mode. Okay, that was my bad for not having it on airplane mode. So, even if the risk didn't pay off, it is still a fun memory to look back and laugh at 99% of the time if it doesn't involve in like amputation of a limb or something. Obviously, I'm not talking about like extreme risks here. It is still something that you look back fondly on, and this is for the past things, right? But now when it comes to the present, you're so scared. You're so scared to do it. You're making up all these cope excuses. You're afraid of the consequences. But you think back to any of these past moments, like these moments are partially why we're alive. Because when this doesn't happen, like our lives can be pretty fucking monotonous sometimes. Obviously, if you're working towards an authentic goal, that doesn't happen to you. But for those of us who are still like on our way working things out pretty young, these moments, the moments that kind of like disrupt the flow of the day, these are what we end up remembering. So like, for example, still, beginning stages of the gym for me, my epic Skibbity Rizzler Ohio Riz moment, Duke Dennis, level 3 Ice Spicy Guyat, my moment there was essentially just, my epic plan was there was this one girl in the gym, fucking cool, eye contact, yippee, I was gonna go over to her. Again, don't ask me why, I cannot read my own mind from back then, but basically she was on the treadmill. So my funny plan was I also went on the treadmill next to her. Now, I was a complete cardio atheist. I did not believe in cardio. I did not do cardio whatsoever. I just fucking went on the treadmill, some shitty speed, just walked, probably looked like an absolute buffoon. And then she, like, dropped her AirPod case once. And then, like, I picked up her AirPod case. And then I fucking asked what school she went to or something. It was a really dumbass conversation. But I don't look back at that moment as in, like, I don't look back at that moment with like hate or regret. I'm like, oh yeah, I was kind of autistic, but it was a funny story, and that girl probably doesn't remember it, and even if she does, like obviously she didn't report me to an FBI watch list or something, so it didn't pay off exactly how I wanted it to. Obviously it was very clear that she was not interested, but it was fine. It took the risk, learned something from it. Do not fucking go up to girls and do cardio next to them without saying anything. And it's just a funny memory to look back at that we can laugh at ourselves. Now, whatever situation that you find yourself in currently about whether or not you should do this thing that is slightly risky, your current situation will become that past memory. And even if you do end up like embarrassing yourself or something by some odd chance, nobody will give a fuck most likely, unless it's really bad. Again, unless it ends up in like Should I give into the intrusive thoughts and stick my arm under the cable stack of the fucking lat pull down machine? Obviously, that's not what we're talking about here, right? And unless you flash miners or some shit, obviously then people will care in the future. But if it's just something like you're about to go public speaking in somewhere, I don't know, yell out some funny phrase, go up to that famous person you see on the street once, ask that girl out, have that awkward conversation, ask your teacher for a curved grade. Nobody will give a fuck when this memory becomes a past moment, except for you, and you're gonna look back at it either fondly, like, oh yay, this actually worked out, or just kind of another funny moment in your funny moment compilation of life, which you still don't regret, because it just you took the risk, my guy, and it's a memorable moment. You found something funny, maybe you learned from it a little bit, and it's not the end of the world. So go for it, bro. It might very well pay off. Everything we've been talking about here is just the possibility that whatever you have planned fucking goes horribly wrong. If it does work out, which is a very real possibility, then you get whatever result you were looking for. So that's also another thing to add to your repertoire of why you should fucking go for it. I'm gonna leave you off with a statistic here that should make you be itching to take any risk. 90% of gambling addicts quit right before they're about to hit it big. Are you really not gonna go talk to that girl now? Look at this guy. This guy's last name 100 trillion% ends in Eddie, and he is a second-generation immigrant from New York who passed in through Ellis Island and paid off one of the border guards to, his family paid off one of the border guards to, sneak off before, and then he opened up a casino in New Jersey or something. And this guy definitely has Al in his name at least once. So just keep the statistic in your mind, and whatever risk of little to no consequence you have that you're just making up copes for in your mind, go for it. Remember the gopher. Okay, have a good night.